Hey, it's Jess,
And Mel.
and welcome to a very late episode of Witch Weekly Podcast.
Yeah.
Yikes.
Yes, so sorry about it, guys. We've finally gotten our issues sorted.
Let's not lie
So,
to the people, our issues are not sorted. We merely got a new recorder.
yeah.
Let's be
But,
let's be real.
yeah. But our technology issues are sorted.
Sort of. I mean, I feel like my laptop still throws tantrums, but we're getting there.
We're getting there, bit by bit. So, yes, we're back on the air. So we're going to throw you this episode as our apology, along with the one I uploaded a few days ago of my first reading of,
The Cursed
what's
Child.
it called? That one.
Let us know what you thought, because I'm dying to know. We'll be reading through the next scenes shortly, but yeah, I'm excited. I think it went well.
Well, yeah, so what I was thinking, well, how we're going to do this is our regular episodes will come out Mondays, and our Cursed Child episodes are going to come out on Thursdays. So you get us twice a week.
You
Oh,
poor things.
you poor thing. So starting next week, that is. So you've got a Cursed Child episode on Monday, and you're getting this one on Thursday, and then we're going to swap it around.
Sounds good. Alright,
Yes.
everybody. Before we start off tonight, I'm excited to announce, although most of you probably already know, that there are going to be 2 new Harry Potter books released this year.
Woo!
I know, how exciting. I was actually,
So exciting.
when I saw that as a link, I kind of did not know what was going to happen, like, what they were going to say to us. I wasn't sure if they were going to do something really weird, like create mini Harry Potter books about some little adventure they had during the year, or you know, what it was going to be. It never really occurs to me that it could be like Fantastic Beasts and Where to Find Them, or you know, it doesn't occur to me that that could be it. I immediately jump to like a story with all the main characters.
Yeah. See, when I saw it, I thought that it was the redo they're doing of a few of the other books that have already been released.
Yeah.
So I didn't actually pay attention. I was like, whatever.
I mean, my dream personally is for J.K. Rowling to deliver that encyclopedia she promised once long ago.
Isn't that the idea of Pottermore? Isn't Pottermore meant to be the encyclopedia?
Yeah, well, it's awful.
Yeah,
I'd
so
rather she
this-
went hermit for 5 years and wrote everything out with painstaking detail than there be another useless update on Pottermore.
Yes, I hear a lot of people do not like Pottermore.
Pottermore was
I-
cooler when it was a game.
Yeah, I heard it used to be a game. I only just got it really to sort myself and now and then for research purposes.
No, it was amazing as a game. You could make potions and do dueling, and it was like one of those things you really had to experience, I guess. And it was an experience, but I think they didn't like us all fighting over the house cup either. I think that became a real issue.
Oh, getting rid of all the fun stuff.
Yeah. But the 2 books are Harry Potter, A History of Magic, The Book of the Exhibition, which will cover the subjects taught at Hogwarts, which is something we're pretty interested in, and I know I'm
Yep.
super keen on. And then there will be Harry Potter, A Journey Through a History of Magic. Such differences in titles, yeah?
I know. When you first said it, I'm like, so what's the other book?
I know, like, you have to really think about it and pause. You don't even know where the separation comes in between those 2 books if you read the both of them out loud. Like, both the titles all at once.
Yeah.
Yeah. But that will be more focused on historical and cultural traditions of the Wizarding world, which I think will be amazing. What a wonderful idea.
Yeah, I'm really eager for it.
That second one will really help me with my Voldemort biography.
Yes.
Like, I really do think that.
And just in general, they'll be so good for our podcast.
Yeah, but they'll also be great for Voldemort.
We all
Yeah.
know you're obsessed with Voldemort.
I have to know more. Where's the body? It can't just disappear. Like it did in the bloody movies. I'm frowning at you, JK. Okay, alright.
I think in the books, they
move it to an
hopefully
antechamber.
burnt it.
Not gross. No. That's lame.
It's what you do with dead bodies. You burn them. Destroy the evidence. I mean, what?
Oh, shady. Shady. You think I'm shady, but you shady.
I'm
That's
not
a
shady, I'm practical.
no. That's your inner Slytherin coming out, though. I'm gonna tell you that right now.
Uh-huh.
See? Doesn't
Yeah,
even deny it anymore.
you can talk about inner Slytherin.
Yes, I can. I'm
No,
qualified.
well, because you've got the biggest inner Slytherin of any of us, who's not Slytherin.
That's why I said I'm qualified.
We're not a musical podcast. We've talked about this. We can't sing.
We haven't talked about it, and I can
We have.
sing, just not well. It's not advisable I sing. Unless I'm in
Yeah.
a group, and then I'm good. Then I'm good.
Yeah, everyone else covers me up.
Alright, so tonight we were planning on doing a Hogwarts risk assessment for you guys. I feel like we've kind of done that already, but I figure... why not?
Let's do it in detail. And because we anticipate this will be a long episode, we're skipping our other segments this time, and we figure, this is a fan topic. We are fans talking about Harry Potter. It's a fan topic.
Yeah, I would say so. I mean, other people must have considered this. Hold on. I feel like I should Google it now, but it's not wise.
Left it late. We'll Google it, but don't look. And we'll, at the end, we'll come back and see if other people have done it and maybe say people should check them out, even though we haven't.
Oh, we are the worst.
We are so disorganised all the time.
Yep.
Right. Hogwarts risk assessment. So this is going to be pretty easy. We're going to judge the risks from mild, moderate, severe, catastrophic. Mild means, they might scrape their knee or get a bleeding nose. Moderate is, maybe we're talking about Hogwarts here, so maybe like some more severe injuries, need to go see Madame Pomfrey for some fixing. Severe is broken bones. Catastrophic is like the death of a student.
Huzzah!
Huzzah, death.
I live for the sweet embrace of death.
Right.
That pause was everything I wanted it to be. I'm so pleased.
I'm just thinking what our listeners must think of you. Those poor listeners.
I think I'm wonderful. I love you guys.
Anyway, so shall we do this from their first year coming to Hogwarts? So we're skipping the train. So once they're off the train at Hogsmeade Station, we'll go from there?
It is what you want to do. I'm happy to just pick things out of a hat.
Or we can do it that way, chronologically, or picking it out of a hat.
I was thinking, pick something, and then whatever comes to your mind from that, we'll go for.
Rightio. Let's start with the boats then.
Okay.
Crossing the lake in your first year on a boat. Navigated by magic.
I know this probably isn't relevant, but I'm afraid of tidal waves. And what if magical tidal waves are a thing?
In the Black Lake.
Yep. Yeah.
So we haven't heard about magical tidal waves occurring at Hogwarts, so I don't think they're a thing that needs to be factored into our risk assessment.
But we do acknowledge that it could happen.
It's magic. Of course, anything could happen, but we're talking about...
Fred and George, could... Ooh.
But what's the likelihood of it happening?
Oh, well, it's Fred and George. I'd say pretty high.
I say not.
Alright.
Tidal wave in the Black
For
Lake.
me, it's a catastrophic potential, but okay. Alright.
Okay, so if there's a tidal wave, it's catastrophic. But usually, each year they go across the smooth lake in their rickety little magically navigated boats.
Probably with splinters.
Yeah. So I would judge that risk as moderate, because we don't know if these kids can swim. I know Dennis Creevy fell in and the giant squid saved him.
That's a moderate risk there. The giant squid could eat you.
I don't think it eats students.
It could.
We
don't know what it eats.
Not students, apparently, because the students play with it and feed it and stuff like that.
But it's... I don't know. Giant squids could snap and have a bad day and eat a person.
Don't talk about it like that. Josh loves them. You and Josh bonded over your giant squid love.
I do love the giant squid, and I would allow him to eat whoever he wants to eat. That's not the point. I'm on his side.
Anyways, the boats.
What about mer people in the lake? There's one we didn't consider.
Can we talk about the boats?
No, but like, you're coming over the boats, you're coming in the boats. What if the mer people come up and knock the boats or pull you out of the boats?
Well, what's the risk of that happening? Does that take it up from moderate risk? Do you think they're likely to do that?
I think it's still moderate, but it's one of those things you factor in, isn't it?
Yeah. It's in there, and we think about it, and maybe during that time of the year, Dumbledore puts a spell on the lake so you can't descend below a meter, and nothing can ascend above that point.
No,
So
that would be way too convenient.
Yeah, wait, Dumbledore considering people's safety?
Yeah.
So I think children in water, it's a moderate risk. We don't know. They are in boats, but the boats are magically navigated, and part of me loves magic and thinks magic is infallible. The other part of me is like, what if its tracker signal goes wrong and it just like sails off the other direction?
Yeah, absolutely.
Bye-bye, students. We'll come get you tomorrow morning.
It just like steers off another direction. It could just go off course. You never know.
Yep.
Death to all.
Mhm.
And what's worse is these boats, like, these are a bunch of teenagers. What if someone thinks they're funny and pushes somebody out? Like,
Yep.
The only person supervising this whole thing is Hagrid. He is desperately out of ratio.
Yeah, and what's he really going to do? If he's in his boat, he then has to get his boat to turn around and come back to discipline these kids.
Or to save someone, yeah. It's just going to be a lot of hassle.
Yeah.
So that one's pretty bad. I'm gonna put that right out there. I don't think I'd like to go in the boats.
I think you'd get in the boat.
No way. It's too rickety. It's too wet. Tidal waves and squids and mer people. Nah. No way. And then I have to sit in close proximity to other people.
But you're 11.
Yeah, well... People didn't know to put on deodorant at that age, so I'm still skeptical.
Okay.
What? It's true. When you're like 11, people ain't been putting on deodorant. It's nasty.
I don't remember loads of people stinking badly when I was 11.
You had a very different school experience to what we had. I firmly remember our teacher sitting us down and lecturing people on wearing deodorant, so... I can imagine Minerva McGonagall giving that talk.
Okay, so the next risk. The stairs. That's what I think's the next risk.
Okay. Go on.
Well, they move and they disappear and stuff.
Mm-hmm. So what are you rating it?
Well, I'm hoping for your opinion.
No, I'm gonna let you rate it and then I'll rate it.
Okay. So, I'm thinking they are also a moderate risk because, there's the disappearing stairs. As far as I can tell, it just, like, trapped your leg. Nobody falls through the disappearing stairs onto lower levels. But, having a trapped leg is kind of inconvenient. And the other thing is, of course, they move from location to location. But I don't see there's much potential for a student to fall between levels. I see it more as just, getting a twisted ankle on a disappearing step or a bit of a shock and a fall from a moving set of staircase.
Okay. I personally would rate them as severe.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it can go so badly, so quickly. First, alright, so you're going up the stairs, right? And it's kind of in a transition time between classes. All it takes is for the right amount of people to be on the stairs and they start moving and someone's going to fall off.
That's a lot of people on those stairs.
Oh, but it's possible.
It
is absolutely possible. Do you remember when...
They don't move fast, though. So
it doesn't matter.
If you're up there and, you got 1 foot on the landing and 1 foot on the stair, you're going to pick one or the other. You're not just going to stand there going, oh... No matter if you are a dumb kid, you're still naturally going to move.
Unless you're a real panicker. Or if somebody else grabs you because they're panicking.
Yeah.
Like, I have seen children and stairs and escalators, and I just feel like it could severely go wrong so quickly. And think about it. On the unlikely, or rather this is Hogwarts, the likely situation where there is an emergency or something gone wrong or something dramatic is happening, people will be rushing. Think about it. the fat lady's portrait. Everybody be rushing up the stairs. Troll in the dungeon. I bet you people were running up those stairs. I just feel like that's a real potential thing. And then the disappearing step thing only leads to being trampled and twisted ankles and sprains and then breaks. Somebody else falls into it. We don't know how deeply people can get stuck in there.
We only ever hear about up to the knee.
Da-da-da-dum. You could have some real serious knee injuries after that.
Madame Pomfrey will fix them. But no, I don't know. I don't see it as so severe having... Because think of them as a bit like escalators. Like, yes, it could go wrong, but the likelihood of it going wrong is what we have to factor in.
I just feel like... No, for me personally, it's gonna stay severe. If you could see what I see in my head, my little inner mind theatre of just students trampling each other.
Well, what I'm seeing is the stairs moving, lots of kids, and I'm seeing a kid like staying on the top stair and falling off, but I don't see a kid actually doing that, if you know what I mean. I think I can see what you see, but I have more trust in humans and their survival instincts than to just topple over. I
don't know, it's just people can lose balance in the most awkward and easy ways.
Fall backwards.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
No. Fall backwards, don't fall forwards.
Yeah, oh, yeah.
If you're at the top of the stairs, you fall back onto the next person, it's fine. They get hurt.
Oh, yeah, that's fine. That's cool. Guys, never mind. It's all good. As long as you hurt the person behind you. That's not okay. But yeah, so I feel like for me, it could just get really severe. And I don't know if you've ever thought about this as well, but I've always thought, surely there'll be that one person who tries to jump from one staircase to another. There would have to be one.
Yeah, but they're just idiots, and I'm not factoring them into my risk assessment.
You need to factor idiots into your risk assessment.
I refuse.
Whatever can happen will happen.
And I will let them fall and then just have Filch clean it up.
Lovely.
Yeah.
Charming.
Well, because part of the whole idea of a risk assessment is then to find ways to make it safer. There is nothing you can do to stop some idiot doing that.
Yes, there is.
No matter what kind of staircase, even if the stairs didn't move, some kid would probably try to jump somewhere from one point to another.
Like cats. Weird cats.
Weird cats.
String them up in the dungeons by their thumbs. That's how you solve that problem.
Yeah, they can't cause trouble if they're down there.
And hung. Mm-hmm. Hung by their thumbs.
Can we assess Filch?
Yeah, we can. He's creepy. He's weird. He's bitter and resentful.
Yeah, so how would you rate him?
Oh, look. I'm not gonna lie, severe. I think he should have been removed from the school long ago.
Only severe? I'm thinking catastrophic. He wanted to whip children.
The question is, has he whipped children?
He didn't get the chance. The twins flew away on their brooms. Like, I don't blame them at that point. It's like, oh god, some creepy old dude is going to take us down to the dungeon and whip us.
Yeah, see, that makes me nervous. I'm out. But I mean, in the past, has he potentially whipped children that we don't know about? Ooh.
So he started working, I think in the Marauder's third year, he started working at the school. And I can't imagine Dumbledore allowing it.
Yeah, no, true. He's like the Freddy Krueger of Hogwarts.
Definitely. He haunts the nightmares of the kids.
And he drags you down to his boiler and probably tears you apart with something.
Ew.
Not in a good way. Well, yeah, well, not in that way. Eee. Oh, I nearly said something really shady. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna say he's pretty severe, because also just imagine the mental and emotional distress of that man being around.
Yep, definitely. We've spoken about that, how he's anxiety inducing.
And his bloody cat.
I like the cat.
I like the cat too, but still anxiety inducing. You just see her and you're like, oh no,
I'm in trouble.
Mr. Whippums can't be far behind.
Mr. Whippums.
Like, that's what it is.
So
that's
shady.
What it is. Yeah, so I feel like he's pretty... In fact, a lot of the teachers are a bit shady and fall under, like, moderate to severe warnings, I feel. Trelawney being included amongst that.
Yep.
There's another one to give you some anxiety.
You're gonna die.
Yeah, she's like,
Yay.
she's like, don't take an umbrella on the 26th of June. Everyone's panicking.
Yep.
So I'm gonna say that a few of the teachers fall under a concerning rating and should probably be removed.
Yes. Yes. I've already questioned Dumbledore's hiring practices on several episodes.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
Radio, do you have something you would like us to assess?
Well, actually, you know the towers, all these towers around the castle.
Yeah.
Okay. It really kind of strikes me that none of them seem to have like safety guards or rails.
I know.
And I just think if you had a broom or you wanted to try out a really good spell, I feel like there's too much risk to have a bit of a Pocahontas swan dive moment.
Yep.
Because I know
Yeah.
I would do it. I know
No,
I
you
would
wouldn't.
do it.
You are way too scared. I'll do it.
No, oh no, I would do it. I would do it for science. And out
But
of
it's not
morbid
science if it's
curiosity.
magic.
Shh, shh, shh. We don't know that.
So
For
the
all we know.
stairs, the tower staircases, I think they are.
Also need safety railings.
Yeah, they need safety railings. So I think they're a severe risk that could be mitigated to a mild risk because they don't move with safety railings.
They need safety railings. That always makes me nervous. I always think, like, all it takes is one good shove.
Yeah. Where did I visit? I was in
Oh, one
Europe,
good
and we
ghost
and we
spook.
went up a tower. I'm trying to remember which one it was exactly. There was towers, but it was really steep, and there was walls either side of you, but no railing to hold on to. And I was just there going, if I fall backwards, there is nothing for me to grab. And it was like the most terrifying thing. And I know if I was around those towers, like when I first came to Hogwarts, for the first year, I would just like walk across along the wall.
Oh yeah.
Just like shove myself as hard against the wall as I can. I'm not going anywhere near the end of those staircases.
I would
Yeah,
like slowly crawl up them, or better yet, I'd call ourselves and be like, please, can you just take me or something? I can't
You
do
just
it.
like snap your fingers and apparate me.
Have like a prefect escort me up the stairs every time.
Safety.
It's too spooky. I don't like the idea of that. I mean, I would definitely jump off a tower to test whether magic would save me, but the thought of falling, like, I don't know, down that horrible well of emptiness. Ooh.
Ugh.
Speaking of wells of emptiness, I have noticed that Hogwarts has this real big problem with, like, hidden pockets that no one knows about. Read
Yes.
the giant basilisk. I feel like those are a concern all in themselves.
Yeah. Yeah, so like in the first book even it's like doors that lead one place on Tuesday, another place Wednesday, and no place Thursday. It's just like, what? I don't know if that's the exact quote, but it's something along those lines. And I'm just like, no, this is not okay. You're gonna lose people.
Yeah, yeah, like, no one thought this through very well. You have to wonder what the founders were thinking when did they build the school? I'm pretty sure they built it.
Yeah, they built it.
Yeah. What were they
And then one of them
thinking?
just added a secret chamber to house his pet in.
And I just think, do all of them have secret chambers? Does everyone have, like, something shady? What's going on here? Whose idea was this? Who thought, okay, I'm going to build a school, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to hide some places, and I'm going to put some doors that kind of go there but don't go there, and I'm not going to tell anyone else.
Yep.
All it takes is for one person to walk through the wrong door and turn up 4 years later with a beard.
Yeah, like, exactly. So, how are we classifying this? Random chambers and doors and their risk factors?
Severe, personally. And imagine
Yep.
how traumatized you would be. It's
It
your
would be like your
second day. It's like your second day, and you walk through a door, and a week later you have to explain to McGonagall why you didn't turn up to class. And she's like, this is unacceptable, and you're like, I literally don't even know where I was. I have no idea. And why were there so many goblets? Goblets everywhere. Nothing but goblets. I slept on a bed of goblets. I ate a goblet. Just stares at you. Next thing you know, you're carted off to St. Mungo's.
Yep. So severe risk for random doors and stuff. I've got one that
Okay.
you're gonna love.
I
The
bet.
owlery.
Nope. Nope.
So
Shut it
a,
down.
a big tower room full of owls and
Catastrophic.
and there. So there's the owls.
And poo
There's their poo.
everywhere.
Their dead animals that they've brought in. Like
Gross.
all that.
Have you ever taken apart, oh, what's it called? One of those things that owls eat and then vomit up or something?
Regurgitation.
Okay, okay, no joke. This is about to get real, everybody. Sit down and prepare yourselves. This
If the
just,
driving pullover.
this just triggered a flashback. Okay, there I am in school. I think this was in Israel when I was attending the international school, and we were given these things to dissect because I think we were learning about owls or something like it at the time. And from what I remember right now, and what sounds true to me, it was something that owls had like eaten and then spat up or coughed up or something. And when we dissected them, we found mouse bones. Never have I been so disturbed to see something in my life. And they smelled awful. And you just saying, us just talking about this has brought back that terrible, terrible memory. And now I'm like 20 million more times afraid of owls. Even though I love barn owls. That would be the owl I would take to Hogwarts, by the way, a barn owl. But now I am even more horrified. No. None of that dead mouse bullshit, thanks. Like, no, it's not happening.
So I'm gonna rate it moderate.
Oh, it's catastrophic. They're gonna peck out my eyes.
So it's moderate because the owls are pretty well behaved. Like they're not going to come and swoop and attack you for no reason.
Dude, you don't know that.
If they attack you, you've probably done something.
Okay, I've never done anything wrong in my life. But just imagine it. Think about it. We read the stories from Harry's point of view. We never read from little Timmy's point of view. Little Timmy probably gets chased by owls all the time. Okay, I'm having the most hilarious mental image of, you're all gonna hate me, of like some ranger child running screaming down the hallway, has like 50 owls swooping him, and he's wearing like Gryffindor or Hufflepuff robes, and he's screaming, "What did I do to deserve this?" As Harry sits pensively nearby, going, "I wonder what this means. God, I hate Snape." He just ignores his little kid being like swooped by like a million owls.
Well, I don't imagine that would happen often, so I'm sticking with moderate. My concerns more being them dropping their killings on you,
Ew.
which is just ooey, or slipping on their poop,
Gross.
as the real risks of the owlery.
Okay, yeah, in the owlery itself, that's pretty... Oh, I don't know, it could be a death den. You don't know what you're walking into. Okay, but so, assuming that's moderate, I have real concerns for disease. Do owls carry disease? I imagine they can carry disease.
Anything can carry disease.
Yeah, okay. So there you are in the Great Hall, and you're eating your breakfast, you're having delicious Cheerios, oh my god. And the Cheerios are amazing and on point. And then owls swoop down and they're like, hoo-hoo! And you're like, oh, look, an owl. And then all of a sudden one like drops its dead mouse, another one shits in your Cheerios. And it's just the worst day. The owls are gonna get us all. We need to talk about this.
It did not happen in the books.
It could have. We don't know that. At the neighbouring Ravenclaw table, this could be a really common issue. Like, think about it. We've never questioned it. And then they're dropping their packages and parcels and letters off. But we don't know what's in their little talons and scary birdie feet. Like, it could be anything. They could have lice or termites. They're just shaking them up into your hair. Wait, termites? That's not right.
That's why I said, like, they've got termites now.
See, I'm panicking, and that's why I jumped to the first T. Ticks and lice and like creepy little bugs, mites, and they're gonna drop into your hair, make you super itchy. Like, you don't know.
So, right, now that we all know Jess is terrified of owls
And owl germs.
and owl germs, I think
This
the next...
has taught me something, by the way, guys. This has taught me something.
I think I know it was only in one book, but Dementors as security guards,
Ooh,
catastrophic.
that was a poor choice.
Poor choice. Having soul-sucking creatures around the school and then telling them you're not allowed to eat while you're here. Meanwhile, in the school are like the raging, hormone-filled teenagers.
Angst. Angst, angst, angst.
So I'm surprised no one had their soul sucked out in that year.
Oh, I don't know. I'm sure someone's missing part of a soul. Minerva McGonagall just rocks up to Dumbledore's office and she's like, this is the third Hufflepuff this week I found this way. Just this shivering mess wrapped in a blanket. He's like, it's fine, it serves a purpose. She's like, what purpose would that be? He's like, Dumbledore's master plan.
No, Dumbledore didn't like them. To be fair on Dumbledore, he did not like the Dementors and didn't want them there or Fudge. Fudge is like, they must be there. Must protect Harry Potter. Neck minute, kill Harry Potter. He's annoying me and going to steal my ministry position.
Yeah, so Fudge doesn't know what he wants.
No. So yeah, not impressed with Dementors.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's talk about excursions, aka Hogsmeade visits. You work
Great
with
idea.
kids. Don't you need to like do a full risk assessment and like all this paperwork before you take them anywhere?
Mm-hmm. You should go to the place and do a risk assessment yourself, and then you do all that and you present it to your higher person, and they go, oh yeah, go, it's cool, and you have to send permission notes home. The kids have permission notes, obviously, but I feel like the Muggle parents should be given more warning.
Yeah.
I feel like they need to know a little bit more.
But the thing is, they let the kid, so they send them off to Hogsmeade and just let them go. There's no supervision. In the fourth book, Harry, Ron, and Hermione wander off into the mountains to go visit Sirius. Like, when do you notice they're missing? I'm guessing when they don't come back at curfew, and you're like, oh no, something might have happened to these kids.
Oh no, it's the Golden Trio. They'll be fine. They'll be fine.
I mean, any kids.
Who cares
Like,
about little
this-
Timmy?
Obviously
being
not you.
chased through Hogsmeade by owls.
He howls. That
I'm
was
just
a
gonna-
chicken or something. I don't know what that
That
was.
was a chicken. The chicken can join in.
I've got that image now of him running through Hogsmeade with the owls and this random chicken just joins the chase.
So, okay, so now every time we think of something, in the background I'm going to think of little Timmy chased by owls across the back of the scene with whatever disaster we're talking about also occurring to him. Poor Timmy. Who wants to step up and take ownership of Timmy, guys? We need someone to be really representative of him, and
Yep.
if you think you can do it, please let us know in a comment.
Yep.
Oh, that's so
Right.
funny though.
Poor Timmy in Hogsmeade.
Poor Timmy.
So yeah, these I don't know how I feel about these Hogsmeade visits. Like, maybe everything goes fine. It's a wizarding community and everything. But meanwhile, maybe some kid just falls off the path near the Shrieking Shack and dies. I don't know.
What if a werewolf snatches them?
You're obsessed with werewolves.
I'm not obsessed with werewolves, but I am obsessed with... Okay, let's face it, there are creepy people everywhere in the world, right?
Yep.
Stranger danger. And it's always a possibility. But in their magical world, you get, like, enhanced stranger danger that comes in the form of, like, werewolves and spooky dark wizards and owls.
Vampires.
And people who can
owls.
animate us into owls. Oh no, my nightmare. They can hunt you down.
Oh, I hope that's my animagus. I would turn into an owl just to piss you off.
It wouldn't do that. It would just spook me a little until I knew it was you, and then I'd just beat you with a broom. But like, that's different. I would absolutely send my Patronus at you.
I would send my owly friends after you.
That's rude.
I'd just be sitting in a tree going, hey, 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 bud, bud. Swoop her. It'll be hilarious.
Okay, guys, do you hear this? Risk assessment is finished because owls are the be-all, end-all. We have to shut down Hogwarts. Everyone's going to Beauxbatons or Durmstrang because...
They get owls too.
Da-da-da-dun. Da-da-da-dun.
Okay, we need to rate Hogsmeade.
Okay, Hogsmeade... Look, I'm going to say moderate.
Yeah, I'm going to agree. I mean, I would like some more supervision for Abby and Tabitha.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, a little,
for their sake.
Yeah, for their
As
sake.
as a parent, and I think Timmy's mum would be very concerned. Does Timmy's parents know what's going on? They're probably being swooped by owls.
Owls sent by Timmy. Help! The owls are attacking. Except this one. I gave this one a letter and it flew away. I need to write more letters.
No, he was unconscious, and when it came to the letter had been taken. So they're still doing the job, they're just beating him unconscious first. Are we morbid?
Yes.
Oh, that's so funny. Okay, but yeah, Hogsmeade, alright, moderate. I guess there's always a risk of sneaking into the pub, and stranger danger, which I'm very concerned about all the time, and I guess getting lost.
Yeah. Sneak into the pub. I bet he'll just like sneak into the Hog's Head and frig it out before he gives them a beer.
Yeah.
And he's just like, don't tell Dumbledore on me.
And he's stranger danger.
Oh yeah, creepy old guy who owns a bar and lets kids in the back door. Ugh. You can make anything sound wrong.
The way you said it as well makes it sound a little bit worse.
That was the idea.
Da, 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 da.
Forbidden Forest. Let's start. It has its name. Forbidden.
Stranger danger about the Forbidden Forest. Again, that's all I can think.
Yeah, stranger danger. Centaurs. Ah!
I'm falling
Well, they're
off.
pretty mean.
I'm falling off my bed. Guys, I'm really sorry. I just need to adjust.
The struggle is real tonight. It's been a long day, but okay, yeah. The Forbidden Forest. Super duper spooky. Super duper forbidden. You know, if it's so forbidden, why don't they build a fence
Okay.
to stop it?
That's
Do a
like-
Donald Trump and build a wall.
Well, sorry. It's actually going to be a fence, I've heard, because he said you need to be able to see what's on the other side,
Oh,
because
Lord.
Mexican drug cartels throw the drugs over the wall and then hit people on the head and kill them.
It's so hard not to laugh right now.
Anyways,
Oh my gosh, the bad guys are just gonna throw owls into Hogwarts. It's catastrophic. It's catastrophic.
Right, so let's forget the fence for 2 seconds and rate the forest as is. I'd say catastrophic risk if you go beyond 3 meters in.
I agree.
Yeah.
I absolutely agree.
Now, if we built a fence, a nice magical fence, to mitigate the risk, I would drop it to a high, moderate, low, severe. Because there's still the risk something will get out.
Mm-hmm.
When you play the Harry Potter video games, you go out of the castle at night and you have to cross the grounds, and there's like these weird ghost dog things and stuff that just like attack you.
No, I've seen those. Yeah, I remember those.
My favourite thing to do was to get out and very quickly get on my broom and fly away from them.
Yeah.
And then I'll just skirt along the ground near them because they can't attack you while you're on your broom.
Yeah, absolutely. I remember that too. I remember that game. You just fly around on your broom all day, just ditch your classes. That was me.
Yeah, it's like, you got to get to this potions class.
No, I don't.
But the
Look at my
dungeon,
sick flying skills.
the dungeon door is near the Great Hall door. Not the Great Hall, the entrance hall door.
I get lost all
Entrance
the
hall
time.
door leads outside. That's what I missed in the later games, actually, that I did play. There was no flying after, I think, game 3.
Ooh.
Yeah, I need to go get the rest of
It's
those.
because they knew that we were wasting time.
She's like, play the game. In the third one, there was a hippogriff you could ride instead of a broom.
Oh, what?
That
I never
was
got that
pretty
far.
good. That was pretty good. And I used to, I remember, go down. If I didn't like the colour of the hippogriff, I'd go away and come back until I got a black one, because I wanted the black hippogriff.
Oh, wow. Oh,
So it
that's
looked
special.
cool. Anyways, so...
Okay, yeah, Forbidden Forest. Catastrophic. Look at what's in there.
Giant spiders.
That's a
with
creepy
pincers.
arachnid. It's like
I'm doing
gonna
the
eat you.
pincers. I'm doing the pincers that
I
don't
believe
know
that you're doing the pincers. I believe it wholeheartedly, and I'm afraid, man. I'm spooked.
So we've got giant arachnids.
Needs a big can of Mortine, like a really big one. My Patronus would be a giant can of Mortine. Like that's what's going on.
Centaurs.
Centaurs really creep me out because of the whole lusty thing that they've got going for them. which is what always made the Dolores Umbridge removal uncomfortable for me. As much as I dislike that woman and that character,
You don't want to know what happened to her?
Centaurs were known for doing some really shady things.
Yep.
And you're putting them around a bunch of teenagers. Like,
Well, who was there first? The centaurs or the school?
I don't know, because I don't know when centaurs came into existence. What came first, the pony or the centaur? Like, what? How did that happen? Okay, that's a good question for later.
You've seen the picture, haven't you, where it's combining, newborn pony and newborn baby, making a centaur, and the legs are running around fine, but the baby's body's like draped over the front.
Yeah. Oh my gosh. So yeah, that brings up a lot of questions that we'll answer in another one. But yes, the Forbidden Forest, spooky denizens, and let's not forget, it is possible to apparate at least to areas around Hogwarts. It is possible to use portkeys and brooms and thestrals and all kinds of other things. So I just think that there could be creepers lurking in the forest that we don't know about.
Yeah.
It's entirely possible.
I suppose it's possible, but my thinking is, are they going to get through the forest to get to the school with all those other creatures in there?
I don't know. What do you think?
I hope not. I mean, if I'm going to put up with giant spiders, can they at least kill intruders, please?
Are they on our side or their side? And when new people come, do we become a united team? Or are they free for all?
They joined Voldemort.
Which says a lot.
Yep.
More spooky Mort.
Mortine, lots and lots of Mortine.
So much Mortine, all of it, my Patronus, I swear.
Do they have Mortine in other countries? Is Mortine an Australian thing?
Yeah, it could be. For those of you who don't know, Mortine is a very popular brand of spider death. And bug death. Look, don't get me wrong, I'm sure spiders are lovely, and you're probably like, oh, spiders are adorable and so wonderful, and they help the environment. Yeah, but they aren't helping my nerves with their quick little legs and beady little eyes and spooky pierces. Like, it's scary.
Yeah, Mortine is an Australian brand, so people might not have it where they are. There you go, learn something new every day. I've got another one, the Whomping Willow.
Someone lost an eye to that.
Sorry?
Someone lost an eye to that, to the Whomping Willow. So I feel like that's a pretty big issue. I'm surprised it wasn't chopped down. Like, I'm not surprised, but then I'm surprised.
It was planted by Dumbledore so Remus could go to school. So, of course, he didn't cut it down. He was probably thinking, if I have another werewolf, that worked pretty well.
If I have another werewolf, this worked out. You never know, maybe he did.
Ooh, maybe there was a werewolf at school while Harry was there and they just never knew. Well,
because we don't focus on anybody else, so yeah, it's possible. Yeah. Little Timmy gets bitten when he strays into the Forbidden Forest. Gets swooped by owls on his way to the Whomping Willow every time. little Timmy is the reason we're doing the risk assessment.
Yep, it's all for his benefit.
Yeah, his parents called in after they stopped getting swooped by owls. They were like, we really need you to have a look at this school. Is it really that safe?
Is this really a good idea? Yeah, so I would say the Whomping Willow is a high severe risk. Because, I mean, if you stay away from it, you're fine. But they're kids.
Yeah.
Like that kid that lost an eye because they were trying to see who could get the closest to it.
Mm-hmm. Kids will always play those risky games.
Yeah.
That's what kids do. That's what they've always done.
Exactly.
So I can imagine it would always happen. Maybe they should just, at lunch they should have, like, playground monitors. They should have a Whomping Willow monitor.
Yeah, someone to make sure no one goes near. Or guess what? Build a fence.
I'm a big advocate for fences now. I never used to be, and now I'm like, let's fence everything off.
Keep them in a pen.
Keep them in a pen. The children of the tree.
The children, keep the children in a pen. That way it's only one fence. So you don't need to have fences around all the individual islands. Speaking of, the lake needs a fence around it. That is a drowning risk.
That is.
They need lifeguards and safety boys and all those things.
Yep, they absolutely do. I completely agree.
Isn't drowning the number one cause of deaths to kids of 2 or something in Australia? Or so weird statistic.
Potentially, it's a very big problem still, sadly, and you never know who has had swimming lessons and who hasn't. And also, I mean, I don't know. It's just easy. People don't take that into consideration, but you can drown like that.
Yeah, exactly.
And then even if you get saved from drowning, you're at risk of secondary drowning later on in your sleep.
Exactly. So the lake in and of itself is, I'd say, moderate.
Yeah.
Because I'd hope no kids would just go in, because they're old enough. They're like 11 plus. They're old enough to know, I can't swim. I better not get in there. But if you fall in from somewhere,
or if you get hexed or cursed. Okay,
exactly.
I know this probably was more common in the early years of Hogwarts. Teenagers were probably more likely to kill each other then, because then back then being a teenager was basically being an adult.
Yep.
So murder was reasonable back in those days. But one thing we haven't really taken into consideration is that these are a bunch of angsty, hormonal teenagers with access to magic in a giant school that is pretty much the kids outnumber the staff.
Yep.
So they can kind of do whatever they want. And multiple times people get into fights and nothing really seems to happen as a consequence. So it's perfectly logical that little Timmy and little Bobby would go at it in like a murder kind of way.
Definitely so.
Or if the owl swoops Timmy real bad and he falls face first into the lake.
I'm
so
thinking,
funny.
Hopefully the teachers strike fear into those students to keep them in line.
Yeah, but what about the stupid ones?
They're too stupid
like,
to do anything.
They're too stupid to know to be afraid.
I don't know. How would you rate it?
Which part? The lake or the students?
The students.
Catastrophic.
Just close down the school.
You've given them sticks to ultimate power. What do you think is going to happen?
Yeah, they're pretty much carrying, like, guns around.
Let's face it, what's the first thing I'm going to do if I'm given a magic stick? I'm going to point it at someone and see what I can do in terms of murder. Or torture.
Yeah.
Because, it's probably good that I'm not in Slytherin. Because I'd give them a worse name than they already have, and I feel like they probably don't deserve that.
No, they don't. You can give a bad name to Ravenclaw instead.
Oh, no, I'm an asset. Even at my worst, I'm an asset. So it's like,
yep.
It's all G. It's all G. And here I am doing a risk assessment, please.
So adult.
So selfless. Good job, Jess.
Okay, I'm going to do another one that was just there for a year. Fluffy.
You just know that someone opened the door and walked in on that and was like, you know what, this is a Harry Potter problem. Like, it was his first year, but they were like, this is just a Harry Potter problem. Timmy probably went in there. had a panic attack.
I can just so see it, people just opening the door, looking in and going, oh, I see why it's forbidden, just quietly closing the door again.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha.
Like, nobody else was going to put up with that.
No, absolutely not. Most sensible people would walk away.
Yep.
So I'm not going to say that Fluffy probably attacked anyone, or we would have heard about it much sooner, unless they, like, obliviated the student. Just imagine it. So it's like little Timmy walks in at the end of the night into Fluffy's room, and he panics so hard that he falls over and, like, scrapes his knee real bad and stuff, and he goes running off, and all the professors are summoned, and he's sitting in the hospital wing being healed for his little grazed knee and stuff, and Dumbledore's like, shh, 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 go to sleep. This is fine, I'm just going to modify your memory. Because he's like, we can't lose the dog. I'd prefer to lose a student. And they're like, you can't kill the student. So he's like, we could leave him in the Forbidden Forest, which has no fence. Or leave him in the Howlery for the House to eat because they hate him. And they're like, no. So he's like, I'll just obliviate him. I'll just mess with his memory.
Is Fluffy severe or catastrophic?
High severe could
Yeah.
be catastrophic depending on what you do.
Yeah.
It comes down to being sensible, I guess.
Yeah.
Which is a lot to ask of children.
Okay, the next one I've got in mind, peeves.
Yeah. That's some torment right there.
I think he's severe. He causes injuries.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't caused deaths, but he's caused injuries and psychological trauma
There we go.
for generations.
For generations. That's the best part. He's doing a great job and he's not going to stop now.
Exactly.
Okay, yeah, I would probably rate him fairly highly.
Yeah.
Because what's he going to do? He's going to stress people out to death.
Yeah. And potentially hurt them. He, like, pours water on the floors and stuff like that.
He just dumps owl feathers on Timmy's bed. Timmy
Well,
wakes up in a sheer panic.
Harry woke up once to Peeves blowing in his ear. I still thought that was weird having Peeves in the Gryffindor boys dormitory. I was like, what?
Yeah, I feel like having any of them in dormitories that are unsupervised by adults is questionable, but having adults there is also questionable.
Well, someone has to supervise the kids.
Yeah, I know, but it's like... It's all just a little bit too much.
We
if you
need to do
ask me.
Which Weekly After Hours so we can discuss that kind of stuff.
Ooh, I don't think that's what we want to... Oh, well, yes and no. Yes and no.
Yes and no. It's those non-family friendly topics that need to be discussed.
I'm sorry to anyone out there who's a good person listening to this. You should have turned away by now.
Hagrid.
Uh,
Severe risk.
if he falls on you, that would be a real issue. That
Well,
needs to be
his
tended to
teaching,
quickly.
his teaching is questionable. His choice of pets is highly questionable.
Yeah. This
It's
is true.
severe.
Okay, I'll give you severe, and also if he sits on you, that will be an issue as well.
I don't see how he would sit on a person, but okay. I'd like to think he's a tad more careful about those things.
You never know, he could be tired or super drunk.
Oh, great. Yeah, more reason he's severe. He gets drunk.
So does Trelawney. Which is why she's also up on
Didn't
the
we
scale.
random pair them once? I think they were a random ship we had.
Something like that, probably. Ooh. Ooh, there's a thought that I don't want to have.
I'm
Okay.
trying to think of what other risks. I know which one I need to end on, but we're not there yet.
Okay.
It's Hogwarts. There's got to be more risks. Like, this is
The
seeming
food,
way
you
too
could
safe.
get diabetes because your diet's not controlled. There you go.
Yes, I brought this up in our first ever episode. There's no control over their diets. Like, they ourselves, like, cook up all these things, and then the kids are left to moderate their own intake.
I'll have Cheerios all day, every day, thank you.
Exactly. Like, what
Cheerios and a side of nuggets.
What about the Hufflepuff common room? That seems like a mild risk with their vinegar dumping.
Oh, yeah. I'd say so. Oh,
Yeah.
what else is... I feel like the Slytherin common room would freak me out.
Oh,
Especially if there were mer people at the windows. I'd be like, no,
I was
not
going to say it's
sleeping.
under... Yep, psychological trauma
Yep.
cannot be disregarded.
Moaning Myrtle. Can we talk about her briefly?
Yes.
She's probably mild, but it's still a worry.
You avoid her bathroom, otherwise get moaned at and shouted at, and you just sitting on the toilet trying to do your business. You got to get to class, and there she is, like popping her head through the door. And you're like, please.
Okay, if you're sitting on that toilet and her head comes up between your thighs, like that's a trip to Madame Pomfrey. That's a trip to the hospital with.
Need to get out the defibrillator at that point.
I would. Little Timmy stumbles in by mistake, gets the shock of his life. So does Moaning Myrtle. She's like, "This is worse when I die. This is worse than when I died." Like, oh, there's a.
Oh, that is
Ooh.
terrible.
I'm sad now. I'd never considered that. Now I've considered it.
Yep. But why do you do these things?
I don't know, but I wish my imagination wouldn't run away. Gross.
The portraits, I'd say, are mild risks. Just a bit of psychological trauma from them.
Elizabeth Burke, I know I've discussed her before, I'm a big fan
Yeah.
of talking about her, but, she's encouraging all that prejudice.
Prejudice.
So she's shading. So the portraits can really go either way. The library and its books with all kinds of arcane knowledge that is forbidden to students but is easily broken into.
Yeah, I know, the restricted section.
Not
That's
so restricted.
No. Put on your invisibility cloak that the headmaster gave you.
Or cause a distraction, followed by
Yep.
another distraction. Get in, get out.
Get Gilderoy Lockhart to sign off on your permission
Yeah.
slip. Oh, all those Defense Against the Dark Arts
Flirt
teachers
with someone and just
all
get
those
them to
Defense Against the Dark Arts teachers are insurer's nightmare.
Absolutely.
Like, oh, the things they do. Like, Quirrell has the Dark Lord on the back of his head. Gilderoy Lockhart was just incompetent. Mad-Eye Moody wasn't even Mad-Eye Moody. Umbridge was Umbridge.
Spooky.
Spooky.
Okay, yeah, so we have all these horrible things happening. Is the school that safe?
No. They're like, there's
Oh.
nowhere safer in the Wizarding World than Hogwarts.
Is
Okay,
that so?
let's get out of the Wizarding World.
It's like time to flee to a school with one story, and it's a day school, so they come home at 3 in the afternoon and
Yep.
all
I
of
do.
that.
Yep. And then their wands get confiscated when they come inside.
Little
None of
Tiggy
that
looks
for
so
you.
relieved to come home over Christmas.
But then his friends send him an owl.
Da 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 da.
That's mean. That's bullying at that point. Right. So, the
What was
biggest
Okay, yep.
our final risk, our big one, Dumbledore.
The comics drawn by the lady with the long Tumblr name that I cannot pronounce.
Yep.
The hilarious ones where Dumbledore is a bit sassy and a bit mean.
Yep.
That is exactly what I believe Dumbledore is to people who are not Harry.
Yep.
That is exactly what I believe. So I feel like he's a huge risk.
Catastrophic.
Catastrophic.
I
Even
love
when
those
it's not
comics
intentional.
so
Even
much.
when it's not intentional.
Yep.
He'll be killing people left, right and centre.
Yep. He's just very goal focused.
Yeah, goal focused is one word.
Defeat-
Evil is another.
I don't think he's evil.
He could be.
That is so headcanon for you.
You don't know that. Well, no, it's not that I sit there and go, oh wow, he's evil and he's gonna dominate the world or anything. It's just that he's like a little bit evil. He's like, oh yes.
Now,
Dumbledore deserves fame and glory.
the reason I was going to say he's a catastrophic risk, he is essentially at fault for all the other risks in Hogwarts. His job is to make Hogwarts safe, and he is failing in his role.
And he keeps offering sweets to children. Think of the
Teachers
dental
do
health.
that. You're the
Oh,
dirty one.
no,
Teachers do that
Whoa. No. We're not allowed to do that.
anymore.
Yeah,
This was
like-
the 90s.
Yeah, I know, but he's a weird old man offering magical sweets. And some muggle sweets.
In the 90s and early 2000s, when I was given sweets by a teacher, it was totally acceptable.
Really?
Yeah.
In most of my schools, it was very much so discouraged. Like, occasionally, on like the rare occasion, but for the most part, not even on birthdays or...
Yeah, I don't think,
they
I wouldn't say it was
awards.
daily or anything, but I remember one teacher did have a lolly jar. And there was definitely lollies given out as rewards.
Yeah, no, it was really just... And I know why it's discouraged, and right now, like, it's definitely... When I first started in daycare, we used to break off tiny, tiny bits of chocolate pieces and bars and feed them to the babies.
Yeah.
And they loved it. And it was really harmless, but... Like, I see more kids with cavities and dental decay now. Like, more babies than I ever did in the past.
Yeah. So, but...
Damn it, don't think of the dental health.
I wonder what dental health is like in... I think we need to talk about medicine in the Wizarding World one episode. That would be a cool episode.
Oh, dear.
Right. So, Jess and Mel, the heads of the PTA for Hogwarts, have completed their risk assessment of Hogwarts, and probably should shut it down at this point, but we are as irresponsible as all the teachers and the governors and all the others involved. We're going to leave it open.
Pray for Timmy.
Pray for Timmy.
Okay, I have to admit, I will never stop laughing about that.
Oh, somebody should draw us a photo of Timmy.
Oh, my dream is a picture of Timmy fleeing from the owls while someone's ignoring it.
Yep, just Harry standing there brooding.
Like in a range of scenes, little Timmy fleeing from the owls, and
In the background of iconic Harry Potter scenes.
yeah.
It's like Battle of Hogwarts, and there's Timmy. Being chased by the damn owl.
No, like that's the one time that the owls help Timmy. And then as soon as it ends, and there's that silence the next day, hoo-hoo, hoo-hoo, they're coming for you. Oh, that's so mean.
That's right, hoo hoo. That's more of an owl noise
Yeah.
than ah!
Hoo-hoo. But you tried. I'm pretty sure owls can screech. It kind of counts.
Right. So, everyone who's been listening, thank you for sticking with us despite our really short hiatus, really.
Yeah, and thank you all so much for your well wishes and love. I super appreciated it. You're all really fantastic.
Yeah. So, coming out next Thursday will be the next reading of Cursed Child. What am I reading?
Scenes 4 and 5.
There we go. So if
Of
you're
Act
reading with
1,
me,
guys.
yeah, so if you're reading with me, Act 1, Scene 4 and 5, and we'll be releasing a new Witch Weekly episode on next Monday. We haven't decided a topic yet because we're that organised. But hey, if you feel like it, throw us a topic. We'll do something.
Yeah, we'll get there.
We'll get there. Right.
Thank you
So
all for
it's-
joining us.
Yep, as always, you can find us on social media. We are on Facebook, Tumblr, and Instagram as Witch Weekly Podcast. We are on Twitter and Pinterest as Witch Weekly Cast. And we are on email, witchweeklypodcast@gmail.com. Send us a mail if it's to do with the Cursed Child. Please put that in your subject line so I don't read it. Anything else, Jess?
No Timmys were harmed in the making of this podcast.
That's right. See you all next week, guys.
Hi, nerds.